I'm asking everybody here, I'm asking everybody watching this nationwide to waste your vote on me. Vote for me, Gary Johnson, and you know what happens? I'm the next president of the United States, and I guarantee you, nobody will regret that. You'll find somebody with no quit. You'll find somebody that'll wake up every single day and take on the debates and the discussions that need to be happening in this country and aren't happening today because of a lack of leadership.
Thank you, Governor. Jill Stein. Jill, 2 minutes.
There's a famous saying from Alice Walker that the biggest way people give up power is by not knowing we have it to start with. In fact, there are 90 million voters who are not coming out to vote in this election. That's 1 out of every 2 voters. That's twice as many as the number who will come out for Barack Obama, and twice as many as the number who will come out for Mitt Romney. Those are voters who are saying no to politics as usual and saying no to the Democratic and Republican parties. Imagine if we got out word to those 90 million voters that they actually have a variety of choices and voices in this election. And I want to focus especially on those 36 million students and young people and recent graduates who are effectively indentured servants because of the high unemployment rate and the draconian, unforgiving loans that have been customized especially for students lacking any consumer protections. If those students decided to stand up and go to the polls and come out and vote for free public higher education, for ending student debt, for bailing out the students and breaking up the banks instead of the other way around, which is what they are doing, we could turn politics in this country on its head on November 6th. I encourage you, go to my website, get the word out. There is a choice in this election to take back our democracy, to create jobs for everyone through a Green New Deal that will put an end to climate change and make wars for oil obsolete. We can do this now by standing up and making it so.
Thank you, Jill. And finally, Rocky Anderson.
Imagine if there had been a candidate included in the Obama-Romney debates to challenge our plutocracy, our government that is run by and for the benefit of monstrous corporations rather than in the interest of the people of this country. We know the Republican and Democrats have some differences, but both of them have morphed into a militarist, corporatist, anti-democratic force that has betrayed basic human and civil rights. We know that both of these major candidates have been bought and paid for. That's why neither of them stands for health care for all as in the rest of the industrialized world. It's why neither of them ever talk about breaking the stranglehold the military-industrial complex has on our government. And that's why neither of them talk about providing the essential leadership on the climate crisis, the greatest tragedy facing Earth's inhabitants. Obama and Romney have refused to discuss the corrupting influence of money flowing from Wall Street banks, from the insurance companies, the pharmaceutical industry, the fossil fuel industry, or military contractors, because they are the recipients of that corrupting money. And neither of these dominant party candidates will have called for federal protection for marriage equality. Neither of them have called for an end to poverty, an end to the insane war on drugs, or for the implementation of a WPA-like initiative that would hire millions of workers. So thank you to Christina Tobin and Larry King and Free and Equal for providing this opportunity to present democratic solutions in the public interest on which we can all work together far beyond this election.
First of all, as a moderator and a host for 55 years, I've always believed in free speech and the right of people to throw their hat into the ring and for the right of people to be heard going back to years ago when I introduced Ross Perot to the public and got to hear his thoughts, and John Anderson before that in Illinois, and Ralph Nader and the others who have come forward to go to the battle. You're kind of Don Quixotes in a way, but the windmills have a way of stopping, and we have a way of saluting you just for getting into the fray. So I thank you for your efforts and all you've done. I also want to salute Christina and what she does. How did
Thank you.
Christina's gonna wind things up, but how did Free and Equal start?
Well, it came from my dad. You may recall him, Jim Tobin. He ran for governor here back in 1998. And so today's his birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And my legacy of through him and Taxpayers United of America, it lives through him. And so now we have Free and Equal Elections, a nonpartisan organization uniting the grassroots movement across the spectrum to break the stranglehold of the two-party system, to bring the power back to the people.
I know Christina has some closing remarks. I want to thank Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, Rocky Anderson, and Virgil Hamlin Good for participating in this. It was my pleasure to be here, and I thank you all very much, and thanks to the audience as well. And I'll turn it over to Christina Tobin for the close. Christina?
I want to thank Larry King for dream come true. Larry, please. Of course, my executive producer, Marcy Forgrave, and producer Gary Franchi, the whole crew of people. Thank you to them, all of our supporters out there, and the candidates, and we the people. And I have some good news for you. How many people enjoyed this debate tonight? How? Wow. How many people want to see a second debate? Well, here at Free and Equal, we're a nonpartisan organization. All the donations go through great things like this and big things we're doing after the election. But we are holding a debate next Tuesday in Washington, D.C., 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And thanks to one of our sponsors, Rob Ritchie with fairvote.org, we're going to implement instant runoff voting. And you can go on our website tonight to vote for the candidates that you want, the two candidates with the highest votes at Free and Equal, freeandequal.org, through instant runoff voting. The same the Grammys use. It gets rid of the spoiler effect. You have 24 hours to vote. Go online when you go home today to vote. And on Thursday morning, we will announce the two candidates with the most votes who will be in Washington, D.C. to debate on international issues. Please vote tonight, freeandequal.org. So thank you, Larry.
Thank you all very much. Great pleasure being with you. Always love coming to Chicago. Thanks very much.
We the people. We the people.
Good night, everybody.